The second episode of AWOL. Here we have Marxus. He's actually trying to now break free his brothers. His brothers from the captivity orcs. He had created a distraction, so there's going to be far less guards than there were supposedly before. But still, it's going to be a challenge, and we shall see what exactly is going to happen from it. All right, so this brother, tell me about him.
All right, he's a sort of a close hand-to-hand specialist. He has two skills: combat master and killer reputation, so he causes fear. He has a +1 to his attack, and his name is Baruff.
Baruff. And tell me about this guy.
He's a shotgunner. He gets up close and personal. He has two skills: run and gun, and iron will. So he's not known to run away. He has +1 to his wound, and his name is Andor.
His name is Xandor?
Yep.
All right, so Xandor, Baruff?
Yep, Baruff.
Baruff, and Marxus. Marxus. All right, so three brothers. Now, how this is going to work is the orcs have stored each. Not only are the brothers going to be captured, but other recruits and soldiery is going to be captured as well. So you don't know which container your brothers are actually in. This right here is Gung the Watchful. He's making sure that all the meat is going to be ready and processed for this great feast that's going to happen later on for the orcs. So his increase to his initiative that makes him a little bit better at watching over his prisoners. All the other orcs except for these two sort of follow the same rules as a raid mission. These orcs are going to be going from container to container, rounding up human slaves so they can take them off the map, basically so they can cook them. The mission here is to make sure that his brothers are saved before they are cooked. This orc right here, he's privy to information. If he's taken out in close combat, he'll basically squeal and give the information of one of the containers. Okay, and we'll end it there. The hot desert son of a Lars Prime, he looks out and he sees that he's got quite a bit of work ahead of him. See what he can do. Marxus creeps along the edge of this trench, hiding, trying to get to his quarry over there to get some information. Marxus finds himself a little spot, a nook and cranny to sneak up on this orc. See how that goes. Throck thinks he hears something, turns around and sees nobody. He's a big dumb orc. Leaps over and takes on this orc, crushing his head. Crushing it, well, pretty much, which location do you want to have info on? Out of all three, which location?
The one that they're going for now.
That one right? That one right there? Okay. So it turns out that in the crate in which they're going to pluck from, his brother Xandor is in there. The orc's hungry and ready to grab another tasty human. Makes its way towards the crate in which Marxus's brother is contained. Marxus runs up, takes cover behind these rocks, ready to rescue his brother. Marxus, from his vantage, sees the crate, sees the two orcs ready to get what's inside, and he's praying that they grab one of the regular guardsmen and not one of his brothers. Marxus watches as they grab a scrawny guardsman and pull him free. It's not one of his brothers, thankfully, but now this poor guy is probably pretty much screwed. Marxus stays hidden, waiting for his move, knowing that they'll be back and that next time they'll probably grab his brother. Alright, so basically, with them taking him away, one orc, a youth, seems interested in guarding the location. The mercy's what he's going to do. Is he staying hidden?
Okay, that's my turn. For now.
Alright. So before the orc could even recognize what's going on, he's immediately attacked by Marxus. As Marxus goes around stabbing the shit out of him. Not only that, but the orc tries to fight back, but it's just a slaughter. In a brutal display, the orc is now dead, and the crate is now at his leisure. Marxus rescues his brother. The two of them reconvene. He arms both of these men. He just has the guardsman just has a las gun, and your brother has a shotgun. And we'll say he has a frag grenade. That sounds about right. But now we don't know which one your brother's in.
Hope it's not that one.
Yeah, if it's in that one, he might be in trouble. We know that the orcs have taken one of his companions, but the brothers get themselves in position. He's ready to check the next crate. Marxus moves, making his way for the next crate. Marxus runs across the ruins, taking cover by a rock column. Xandor and the recruit sit and wait for orcs coming around the corner. Marxus looks out, sees the next crate, and the two orcs making their way, basically guarding it. But down the road, he sees more orcs on the horizon. Marxus waits, lines the shot, and waits till he hears a loud growl coming from orc base before he makes the shot, and he hits and downs him. We're rolling lucky. Xandor clutches the shotgun, ready to, if he has to, unload. The orcs are moving closer. Marxus has very little time before the orcs will be upon him. Right, so Marxus gets to the crate. He opens it before the unsuspecting orc can retaliate. And within he finds not his brother. So Xandor, in wait, clutches his grenade and chucks it at the three. It lands in the middle, hitting those two and him. The explosion destroys him, downs him, and pins him. But now the sound of alarm. Orcs now hear that there's a sound of battle in this area, and they'll be flooding to this location. At the sound of battle, the orc turns around and takes his sights on the first human he sees. He unloads his gun until it's out of ammo, knocking him to the ground, but luckily his armor soaks in all the damage. With their downed comrade, the two guardsmen come around to the corner of the crate, and the orc, as he tries to get his gun to work, and both of them unload with las gun fire, tearing him apart. Let's see what it is. He's down. Marxus sees the orc rounding on his brother, takes shot, hits the orc square in his head. Xandor tries to take a shot at the knob, but Grum the Watchful was ready, ducks under the blast. Reinforcements comes, and the first curious orc comes by behind Porkins. Meanwhile, Grum leaves his rocky cover, charging towards Xandor, his one eye narrowed down on him, ready to kill. Youth picks himself up, squares a shot towards Xandor. Young recruit raises his rifle, trying to protect Xandor. The shot hits the orc, nailing him. Meanwhile, the youth takes a pot shot at Xandor, but the shot goes wild. And so, for the first time ever, Marxus levels a shot on an orc, fires, but doesn't automatically down him. He just pins him. Porkins raises his shotgun right into the face of Grum. The blast goes off, smashing into his nose. Blood gushes from the open wound, but he's still up, ready to take the fight to the orc. They all look upon the downed one, look at each other, smile, and miss. Three orcs come, hearing the sounds of battle. They're ready to pitch in. Taking the slug to the face, he smells blood, and he thinks he missed his good eye. Picks himself up, jumps over. Sorry, Xandor. Grum reaches Xandor, grabs him by the throat, and smashes him against the wall. His fate not yet determined. He runs up, ready to help Xandor, stepping on the skull of this dying orc. Marxus, realizing his brother has been painted against the wall, unsure of if he's alive or not, lines a shot on Grum,
The shot goes off, hitting him square in the back, unsure if the beast is dead or not. Even though Grum lies on the floor, he's too terrified to put him down. Grum picks himself up and charges towards Marxus, his gun belching out shots. Meanwhile, orcs go through the grisly work of butchering guard. The butchery continues. There's very little time left.
Marxus leaps over the battlements, landing to get a square shot on Grum.
Marxus curses, "Why won't this beast die?" The shots go, hitting him square in the chest, knocking the orc on his back. Grum tries to heave himself up. The wounds he's sustained, it's very difficult. He's slowing down. Maybe he'll pick up the pace.
More orcs come as the others fan out, ready to fight.
The two recruits move back, firing ever at the coming horde.
One strikes him down. He flees.
Grum downed again from another shot. How many shots can this monster take?
The orcs move closing in, only 3 men left. Marxus and 2 men, he don't even know their names. As the orcs are moving in, getting closer, popping off shots, and sadly for the most part missing, but let's see how these two fare. Bullets strike, puncturing his chest, gaping wounds. He starts spitting up blood. He watches as his friend, since recruitment, falls to the sands. With him dying, at least he knows that his friend will watch over his... Marxus blasts the coming orc in the face. You can still hear him laughing, knowing that the creature's not dead. He, leaving a trail of blood, cries out for his friend who's hiding. Orcs funneling through, ready for battle.
In between ones.
The orcs come doing butcher's work. He watches as he dies. True to form, the gutless man runs for his life, leaving him to Grum's, what would be the word? Leaving him to Grum's mercy. Marxus hurls himself. Marxus hurls himself at the monster. Marxus comes in with his assault blade, ducks under the swing of the orc, and stabs his blade deep into where his throat would be, but will he die from it? The armor of his throat, it's a 5-up save. 5 up. Oh. While he runs, he stands and fights, and all the orcs watch as their leader is gutted. Gutted by a human, no less. These are the current survivors. With the orcs running for the hills, let's see, on a 1 to 2, Xandor is completely unarmed. 3 to 4, he's wounded, takes some sort of injury. And 5 and 6, say he's straight up dead. Let's see what we get for Xandor. He is completely A-okay.
Oh, what a miss.
It's a good thing that his face, damage was okay. He just got smashed against a wall. It's all right. Who opens the crate? Because the crate is still rocking. The crate still has something in there. We don't know if your brother's in there or not.
Who opens the crate?
Who opens the crate?
Marxus.
Marxus. Inside the crate, they find not only his brother, but they find his brother and a Jotun, an abhuman from the world of Isvalor, a creature capable of great strength, a giant from their own homeworld, kept inside there for a big meaty snack, but now fully armed, he joins their band. What's his name? There's some Norse. Nordic. Yorick? Yorick. Alright, so Yorick the Jotun joins Marxus. Alright, so a lot of them saw a lot of death, they saw a lot of destruction, so the question is, how did you take this whole thing? Like, how did you think this whole mission? It didn't look good near the end.
I thought I was going to lose. I thought I was going to charge into gun to watchful and get slaughtered.
And you almost did.
Yeah.
Grum, I mean, like, but you lucked out. All it took was him to fail that last roll. Thankfully, Marxus had a +1 to his strength, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a -1 to hit Grum's armor save, which in the end is what killed him.
Yeah.
So the brothers are back. So the question is, where to go now? Do they head back to the city Kelios to rejoin the guard? Or do they try to return home to Isvalor, leaving this planet behind, going AWOL?
They're heading home.
They're going to head home. They're going to go AWOL. All right, so let's see how they do as they travel across the Lars Prime, trying to find a way back home during this orc invasion.